Clickbait, I think it's called. Yeah. Another rumor that I picked up somewhere in PMI texts, I think it was, and I had asked you this during the chapter event that you did, there's a rumor of a higher certification that might come out.
Oh yes, indeed. My understanding, I don't know the details yet. We heard that it's in pilot phase with certain companies at the moment. Essentially, this will be an advanced certification that sits above, so to say, in terms of seniority, above the PMP. So the obvious question is, how does it relate to the PGMP and the PFMP, which are currently being the more senior certifications? Exactly how they position that one is not clear yet, has not been communicated. We expect something probably to come out during the second quarter. Might be as well the third quarter, we'll see. But one of the things is, as you probably know, the number of PGMPs and PFMPs around the world, I think, are in the somewhere between 1,000, 2,000, something along that line, maybe 2,500 nowadays. But over a lot of years, the growth has been relatively small, but has really picked up over the last years. And the way this is being currently done is not fully scalable. And this is why they tried that approach to test this to cater for there's a very significant demand that's out there.
Yeah, I think it goes back to the old comparison between IPMA and PMI. IPMA has a very, you have C certification. It has a very easy to understand hierarchy of certifications, right? We at PMI have something similar but not the same, right? By us, it's the CAPM, then it's the PMP. For us, the PMP was kind of the
gold standard.
The lump standard from project managers or senior project management. For us, if you ask a PMP where he sees himself in the IPMA world, we would say from C to B, right? IPMA says, no, you guys are Cs, right? Whatever. There's more of us than him. But I agree with you. I think that the PGMP and the PFMP, there's still a barrier there, and that was originally supposed to be the B or the A level, and I don't think so. That's interesting. Good. Since you guys were involved in the writing and now it's done, and I'm sure you're happy it's over. Are there? And I think this is an experience that anybody that writes or works on anything has. Are there things in this PMBOK that you already are making note of that you would change for the next one? Or are you saying is, no, I need to let it settle. I'm happy that it's here. Let it sit for a while.
That is my take. I mean, we had 12,000 people in the draft comment phase. That was, I think, February last year, something like this, if I remember correctly, February 25. 12,000 comments that went into that one. So beyond the core team where we are part of, a ton of people have given input, feedback to that one. And I want to be very clear on one thing. All 12,000 comments have been reviewed, classified, worked on. Not all have made it into the final product, I want to be clear.
Well,
but every comment was appreciated and being treated appropriately. And so for me it was like, actually in preparation for the sessions we had and now here, I've read it again. So, but I'm cool for the moment, but probably in a year or so I get ideas.
I would of course have something. Yeah. Well, and I'm really let's say a strong opinion here. I've written a master thesis last year, and it was about the project management leadership topic. And in that master thesis, during writing it and understanding what model I may want to create, I created models. One model describes a way of leading, but I learned that the person who does that, the project manager, he or she needs to be of a certain type and quality of a person. So say competencies and skills. And this is something there is, and that was actually part of the writing team of the development framework of competencies. And what I would be happy to see more integrated is to have a bit more, and there is still some pages you may want to add, right? So it's not super thick yet, but I would be happy to see if something was added in the sense of what type of person.
So leadership.
Leadership.
A little bit away from the hard process perspective and more to the, and that could be anything from problem solving to decision making.
Anything, and I think
elements of change management, stuff like that.
Correct, and I think for me there is two things. One thing is things that I looked into that in my master's thesis, and I think it's sometimes mixed. One thing is competencies, skills that you can develop by training, by learning, by being taught, where you evolve throughout your life. But then you have attitude elements, characteristics that rarely change, and in the time frame of a single project that don't change. So, and I think it makes a difference as an employer when you project sponsor, when you're HR, when you think about people development of your project professionals and program professionals, when you think about what elements to look at when it comes to developing the people, and what elements to consider when it comes to hiring or maybe repositioning a person, because there are people who fit better in a different role than in the pure project management leadership role. And I think seeing such a mix of attitude elements and skills that apply to...
I would agree with you. I think the PMBOK has always made a valiant attempt of covering the different management aspects, and there's a multitude of them, and I think there's still a lot of them that are still open, whether it be lean, whether it be what is often referred to as project business management, which made the difference between internal and external projects. But I think at the end of the day, all these process-oriented management, systematic management concepts are valuable, but in reality, I think what is always more valuable or more integrative, when we use that word again, is the leadership thing.